Welcome back, or welcome, to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard podcast. My name is Mr. 2020, and today we're going to dive into revision. We're going to cover 3 little mistakes that most people make. One little bonus for you real quick. This is cool shit. We're talking about revision to the max. It's our little $7 special. And most of all, I want you to notice this. Revision and the attitude of Abdullah walk hand in hand. And there's a reason why, and I want you to think about this. Neville Goddard said, if I could teach only one thing, revision would be it. And a lot of people don't like revision, they don't get revision, they get confused with revision, they wonder, what does revision really do, Mr. 20? I don't understand why we're just changing our memories and why that matters. I'm telling you, this recording will change your life. And that little $7 special will rock your world. Let's dive in. Have a lovely day. The number one reason why people have problems with revision is they abuse the shit out of it and they don't use it completely. And here's what I mean by that. Number one, they use it as a fix-it tool. They only use revision to turn bad into good. I want you to use revision to turn good into great. And turn bad into good. Think about it. Why would you, see, if you go to bed at night and you decide, I'm going to revise my day. Neville said to revise your day. So I'm going to scan for all the shit I didn't like. You know, when you do that, what happens is you start to feel like shit. And a lot of people just go back into reliving it. And that is not revising it. Big news. Flashback. Flash forward. So, revision. I scan my day and go, what do I want different? I don't scan my day for bad. I scan my day for different. By the way, this is a big part of Dream Driven Day. We train you to scan for different, to be different. Because as long as you scan for what was bad so that I can turn into good, right? As long as you're in a good, bad trap, or the right, wrong trap, the should, shouldn't trap, all those things, all those judgments. There's 7 layers to that, by the way. You're just going to spin your wheels, right? This is going to be frustrating and it's going to feel like work. Anyway, let's go back to revision, right? Revision. When I scan for my day, I just scan for what do I want to be different. There might be some bad that I turn into good. There's going to be some good I turn into great. But if you spend most of your time searching for bad to turn into good, you're going to become obsessed with bad. Trust me, I've done this for a couple decades. I've watched where people screw it up. Next bit with revision. Why do people screw it up? Right. First of all, they don't believe it actually changes what matters. It changes what matters. People say, does it actually change what happened or just the memory? It's a great question. It changes you. Revision changes you. Because there's no one to change but self. And if you think you know what that means, play heaps. You'll discover layers to that. Revision changes you. And that's the good thing, because if you don't want to repeat dumb shit, if you don't want to relive dumb shit, if you don't want to have dumb shit keep happening, you change you. All right, this gives you the attitude of Abdullah as well, but that's another recording. Next. So, you want to turn bad into good and good into great. You want to remember revision actually changes you. And the third thing is this. If Neville could have only taught one thing, he said, Neville says, if there was only one thing that I could teach, it would be revision. Do you think he'd say that if it just changes a memory? Do you think he'd say that if it was just to turn bad into good? Or do you think there's something profound here that most people miss? I'm going to go with the last bit. So we've got a little $7 pack at revisiontothemax.com. This tiny little pack, revisiontothemax.com, and by the way, it's like 1/9 of manifestingtothemax.com, but that's another story. But in revisiontothemax.com, we nail revision. It's the coolest thing. Because once you start nailing revision, once you start exploring it like we do, you get why Neville said if I could only teach one thing, revision would be it. That says a lot to me. If it says a lot to you, go invest $7. revisiontothemax.com. And if you're not sure, that's okay. You know, a lot of people go through lives every day. They repeat the state of not sure. Not sure, Mr. 20. That's all right. You can revise that. Here's one more. Ready? Here's how you make revision work. I'm 56 years old, Mr. 20, and I've had 56 years of shit. So it's going to take me 56 years or more to revise all that. What do you think? And I just say, that's dumb. Right? You're smarter than that. Because all you got to do is revise what bothered you yesterday. If something happened when you were 10, if something happened whenever you were 23, I got beat to death at 23. All right, that was a bad day at work. I've revised that. I still notice that it happened, but it doesn't feel like it happened to me. Because I'm different. It's like a story I can tell you about another young fella. Newly married. Lost his job, lost his wife, lost it all. PTSD, anxiety, night sweats, waking up literally screaming every night. And then that power of revision changes everything. Go get it, revisiontothemax.com. $7 today's special. Have a lovely day. See ya.